just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides. Just like hope springing high, still we rise. We are an ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, we bear in the tide, into a daybreak that's wondrously clear. We rise, we rise, we rise, we rise.
Broken down and tired of living life in a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, and we're gonna walk it out. Mountains, we're gonna walk it out. Mountains, and I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you. When the silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's still getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Mountains, bring it to its feet. Mountains, I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, we will rise, I'll rise for you, I will rise for you. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. We will rise, we will rise, we will rise, we will rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, high like the waves, we'll rise up, in spite of the ache, we'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, we'll rise for you, we'll rise for you.
What a great way to launch Dallas ISD's first State of the District. Hello, everyone. My name is Bria Redmond, a senior at David W. Carter High School and a member of the Dallas ISD School Board. As I graduate this year, I plan to attend Prairie View A&M University, where I will major in business and create a forever living legacy.
And I'm Nathaniel Worley, a junior at the Judge Barefoot Sanders Law Magnet at Townview Magnet Center, and I'm secretary for the Dallas ISD Teen School Board. Honestly, I'm not really sure what I'd like to do in the future, but I do know that I'd like to go to Northwestern University to major in either political science or economics. You know, Bria, it's great to look out into the audience and see the faces of all these people who impact our lives every single day.
Of course, Nathaniel. We are grateful to each of you for helping us rise to our full potential. We're delighted to have you join us today, and we have lots to share with you. So feel free and go ahead and start eating, beginning with our first step salad that is sure to set the stage for early learning.
Followed by the accomplished glazed breast of chicken, drizzled with a large measure of excellence for our top-tiered schools.
Or there's the optional vegetarian fare, because we all need choices, like the 60 different educational offerings in Dallas ISD.
Then for dessert, we have the collegiate caramel cheesecake filled with a fair share of equity and opportunity to earn an associate degree while still in high school, or the mindfulness milk and honey panna cotta that's just good for your well-being.
Yes, Nathaniel. With that said, please help me welcome Chair of the Dallas Education Foundation, Victor Vidal.
Good morning. Thank you, Bria and Nathaniel. It is indeed a pleasure to be here this afternoon, to spend just a little bit of time learning about the Dallas ISD story. When I received a call from Dallas ISD top-notch Chief of Staff Pam Lear about this event and it being underway and planned, I was excited because we need an event like this. Our district deserves an event like this. And your response, look around the room, to this event has been phenomenal. I'm particularly excited as the board president of the Dallas Education Foundation that as we relaunch this luncheon and make it an annual event, this very well could be our organization's signature event. There's no better time to relaunch the reinvigorated and renewed Dallas Education Foundation to support this worthy district. And the good news surrounding the work being accomplished by Dallas ISD is that by working together as a community of people made up of families that support and raise and bring into the world the two beautiful young people that we just saw on stage, a community of educators, a community of businesses, political leaders, and volunteers, much can be achieved and accomplished. I commend each of you for being here and investing in the students of this district and caring, like I do, about the future of this city and our district. I look forward to working with this district, supporting this district through the philanthropic arm, the Dallas Education Foundation, and together I know we can continue to help Dallas ISD continue to rise. Now it's my honor to welcome to the stage the Dallas ISD Board of Trustees President, Dr. Edwin Flores.
Thank you, Victor. I have a quick announcement to make. I am not running for mayor of Dallas. I did look around the room, and there are quite a few candidates in here, so certainly get a chance to meet them. I'm really excited to be here today to celebrate the incredible results of our students, which are thanks to the hard work of our teachers and staff. And I want to thank all of you for your commitment to education to make sure that we educate all our students for success. When you look at the nation's best school districts, they tend to have several things in common. First, classroom teachers who are dedicated to transforming young lives by creating lifelong learners. Second, school leaders who advocate for their students and are uniquely focused on empowering their staff to produce innovative results in the classrooms. Third, dedicated parents who are willing to go all the way to advocate and support their students. And fourth, a vibrant core of business and community partners who know the value of investing in students and family.
My name is Damari Johnson. I'm currently a junior at the School of Business at the Townview School of Business and Management. My plans for college is to go to any Ivy League school on a full-ride track and field scholarship as an accounting major with a minor in MIS. Post-college, I plan on being... Thank you. Post-college, after I get my CPA license, I plan to be the head of some big company one of these days. I currently serve as Community Service Chairperson for the Dallas Teen School Board. For those of you who don't know, Teen School Board is comprised of 2 influential student leaders from each high school, a junior and a senior. We are a student advisory group that meets each month to discuss the issues that are important to the students of our respective high schools. With these issues, we communicate these to the superintendent and board of trustees so that they can provide solutions. We also are tasked with coordinating one impactful community service project each year, and we are pleased to participate in this event today. Without further ado, at this time, it would be my ultimate honor to introduce Dallas ISD's Chief of Staff, Dr. Pamela Lear.
So as you can see, Dallas ISD truly has remarkable students, many of whom participated today, and I'd like to take a few minutes to recognize and highlight a few of them. Most of you were greeted today as you came in the facility by students from Seagoville and Pinkston Collegiate Academies. Also, the Young Men's Leadership Academy at Fred Florence. And then we had our youngest students here with us today from Anson Jones Elementary School. And then there's the student artwork that you saw in the foyer. I hope that everyone had an opportunity to see that magnificent artwork, which really represents the creations across every trustee district. If you see something that you like, you can find the contact information in the bottom corner of each piece. Also, the Barack Obama High School Leadership Jazz Band was absolutely phenomenal. I'm almost certain that we have John Coltrane, Miles Davis, Herbie Hancock will be born from this talented and gifted group of young men. And of course, the powerful choir from Booker T. Washington brought me to tears. And then I had the great opportunity to meet the talented Miss Sky Turner, who did an absolutely fabulous job with Maya Angelou's poem and kicked off the beginning of our event for today. So thank you, students. I want to draw your attention to the beautiful centerpieces at your table. Those were created by the students in the floral design program at Skyline High School. Yep. And one person from each table will have the honor to take that centerpiece home and continue to enjoy it. So at this time, I'd like for you to look at your program. And if you see a golden star on your program, you are the new owner of a beautiful centerpiece. I hear all the happiness out there. Very good. Wow. Janice Lombardi, if you're out there, I'm sure you're excited. Let's give all of our students a big round of applause. Also, I want to draw your attention to the many glitter keychains that are at your seats. These represent Dallas ISD's social and emotional learning efforts, which are really key components to student success. Our students are learning the importance of managing their social and emotional well-being through the SEL initiative. These keychains reflect tools used in our classrooms to help students relieve anxiety, improve their overall well-being, and are helping them be prepared to learn. We invite you to take one home and share it with your own children. As they watch the glitter slowly fall to the bottom, you too might also find the effects calming, and you may even want to take one to work, because I already told Senator West to guard mine because I'm taking it. Y'all understand. Lastly, I want to take a minute to thank our sponsors. This event would not have been possible without your generosity and your support. Our inaugural sponsors are Achieve 3000, iStation, Dallas County Community College District, Linebarger, Goggin, Blair, and Sampson, and Thompson Horton. Our event sponsors are Houghton Mifflin Harcourt and KPMG. The complete list of sponsors, including our exhibit table and table sponsors, can be seen on the back of your program. And we want to thank each and every one of you for your grateful, generous, and commitment to Dallas ISD and our students. Now, before we go forward with the rest of the program, I really want to stop and give a special thank you to Tony Cordova, our Chief of Communications, and her staff. It's because of Tony and her staff that this event is so successful. So please help me in joining me. Here to introduce our keynote speaker, please help me welcome the President and Vice President of Dallas ISD Teen School Board, Alexandria Brooks and Orlando Briones.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Orlando Briones, a senior at Thomas Jefferson High School and Vice President of the Dallas ISD Teen School Board. I am undecided between TWU and UTA for college, but I plan on getting my bachelor's degree in business administration and my master's in healthcare administration.
Hello everyone, I am Alexandra Brooks, a senior at Woodrow Wilson High School and president of the Dallas ISD Teen School Board. For college, I will be attending Wellesley College and majoring in political science and international relations. In the future, I plan to work in legislation with hopes to eventually run for office. Orlando and I are proud to be here today to introduce our superintendent.
Dr. Hinojosa has been a superintendent for 24 years, but he began his education career as a coach right here in Dallas ISD.
He has experienced Dallas ISD at various levels, first as a student, teacher, parent, and leader. With a host of awards and accomplishments, including Superintendent of the Year, Dr. Hinojosa is proudest of his family, particularly his 3 sons, 2 of whom are graduates of Dallas ISD, and his wife Kitty, who is here this afternoon.
With that much experience in education, I guess you could say that he knows a thing or two about the job.
I know, right? But what does a superintendent do?
I'm glad you asked, because I wondered that too. And I actually asked a few experts.
What does the superintendent do? What do you think a superintendent does?
He gives people Chick-fil-A. He flies. He teaches at Hogwarts. He talks and walks and eats. He helps a lot of people. He's a doctor of the schools.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Doctor of Schools,
Dr. Michael Hinojosa.
Wow, that was nice. Doctor of Schools. I like that. But you know what I love? I love it when they call me Big Papa. Oh, well. So, I really want to thank everybody for being here. I actually want to honor the crowd because and I didn't learn this till my third superintendency. I learned that at the center of this leadership triangle are the students. And for the students to be successful, we all have to work together. And at the top of that leadership triangle for me is my school board. And they're my bosses. And we don't always get along, but we all care about children, and they're all very passionate about Dallas ISD, and I'm very proud of their volunteer work. So let's give our Board of Trustees another round of applause. At this other corner of the triangle is the staff, and the staff is very important, and that's why I go to schools every Wednesday unannounced. On Mondays are my team days. We have all kinds of staff members, from our principals to our teachers, to our central office people, for everyone we have 20,000 employees, so you can imagine getting a payroll out every 2 weeks. So all of those people are very important. So let's give our staff a round of applause. But what's also very important, that third part of the triangle, is the community. And we have tremendous community support. And I want to thank the mayor who's here, who's been a steadfast leader in support of our school district. We have Senator West, who's done it at the state level and at the local level, and County Judge Clay Jenkins. Let's give all three of them gentlemen a round of applause for the tremendous work. But that also includes all the businesses, parents, community members, taxpayers that have no kids in the schools. All of those people are part of the community. So I was taught, if you want to thrive in this job, you get everybody working together, rowing in the same direction. If you can do that, you can have a great career, you can have a great job, and enjoy being superintendent. If you only got two parts of the triangle, it doesn't matter which two, whether it's the board or the community or the staff, if you only got two, all you can do is survive. And it's hard to help students if all you're doing is surviving from paycheck to paycheck, from week to week, from month to month. And if you only got one part of the triangle, if your board loves you but the staff and the community hate you, you better get another job because it's all over. You just don't know it yet. So my job is exciting and it's fun. And it's fun particularly because I love this city. I love this city because I was a student here, I was a teacher here, I was a coach here, my brothers and sisters went to high school here, and I love this school district because sometimes before me, there were 7 superintendents in 10 years, the first time before 1.0. Everybody brought in their ideas, everybody brought in their team, and there was no traction. But the city has really been phenomenal, and the ability to get our people working together and going in the same direction have really been phenomenal as we tried to work towards this journey. So I love this city. So I was superintendent here. I left, went to Georgia, the land of milk and honey. I had a good 3 years. I retired. I came back to my community. And then all of a sudden, the superintendent left abruptly. And so I was just, I got a call from the board president and asked me what I was doing. I said, playing golf. And he says, what else do you want to do? I said, I don't know. What are you talking about? And so when it became evident that I might have a chance to come back to the school district and help lead the district that I love as a student and a teacher and a superintendent, I had a conversation with my wife, and I asked my wife, babe, because she's been married to me, this will be our 30th year that we've been married. She followed me from Grand Prairie to El Paso to Austin to Spring, suburban Houston to Dallas to Atlanta. And when it became apparent that we were going to come back, and we've lived the kind of life we've lived as just an old coach from Oak Cliff, then Michigan, old coach from Oak Cliff, as it become apparent that I might have the chance, I said, babe, in your wildest dreams, did you ever think we'd be living this kind of life? And she looked at me and she said, babe, I hate to tell you this, you're not in my wildest dreams. So therefore, I said yes to the job. I need to go do something. So when you're in this job and you're working a lot, you take yourself too seriously. Because if I make it to the end of this year, it'd been 10 years, and I would have been the longest serving superintendent since integration in 1971. So I was talking to the mayor, And I go to restaurants occasionally, and I run into his wife there and run into other people. And so people start recognizing me because I've been on TV for 10 years, Senator West. You know how that goes. And so people started to say, they came up to me and said, you are. And this young man, you are. And I finally said, yeah, I'm all cocky and stuff. Yeah, I'm the superintendent. He goes, no, you're the guy on Got Milk commercial. Look at that. So you can never even take yourself too seriously. So, but this business is hard and it's not linear. As I tell the school board members and elected officials, including our new state representative that's here, what I tell elected officials in our business, because we deal with people's money, and in school business, you deal with their kids and their money. And so I tell the board members all the time, in our business, our friends come and go and our enemies accumulate. And so sometimes you have to make some real tough decisions. So sometimes someone asks me, so what keeps you awake at night? And I said, nothing. I sleep like a baby. I said, I wake up every 3 hours crying. And only the bottle will put me to bed. I mean, this is water bottle. So, let's get on with this thing. You actually came to hear about our kids and what's happening in Dallas ISD. So I'll ask our slide presentation to come up, and there's our slide. Look at those beautiful kids. So who are we? We never apologize for our demography. We're very proud of our students, 155,000 strong. We're very diverse. But we have 22% African American. We have 44% English learners. That means we have 70,000 English learners. We have more English learners than El Paso ISD has students, than Detroit Public Schools has students, than Frisco has students. And they have needs, and we have to find a way to meet those needs. We have over 200 schools, and we have over 20,000 employees. And I bet you right now one of them's doing something bad. The morning news is going to try to report on them tomorrow. But we have 19,999 that are outstanding. So don't forget that. All funds in, we have a $2 billion annual budget. And everybody wants a job or a contract, and we got to make sure it's aligned with kids. So the state, last session I was down at Austin, and I was told by the legislators and the staff and the agencies that they didn't have to negotiate with us because we were against A through F. And they were right. I got tire marks where they ran right over me. But they passed this new A through F policy. And look at what our school district has accomplished. 2/3 of our schools are A or B. And the school districts are B. And when I got back 4 years ago, we had 43 schools in improvement required status. We're down to 4. And in fact, last year we had 13. All 13 got off. But I feel like the guy at the fair, whack-a-mole, 4 more jumped back on while I was Stephanie and her team were getting them off. So there's a lot of progress there. But we actually have our own school performance framework. And ours is more rigorous than the state. Only 44% of our schools are accomplished or breakthrough, A or B, because we believe in more than the STAR test. The STAR test is 50% of our school performance framework, but we also believe in extracurricular activities and voice of the parents, students, and staff, and also value-added achievement. Classroom effectiveness index, how much do you move the needle with the students when you have them? So we have 4 strategic initiatives. If you're a school system and not a system of schools, you can actually implement strategic initiatives because everybody's got to do it. If you want to work here, you got to do it. So we have 4 of them. Early childhood, early learning, I learned about this when I came back to Dallas. I asked 100 people 10 questions. What is your greatest expectation of the superintendent? If you were in my shoes, what would you do first? What do we do to need the best urban district in America? Who are the most respected people on staff? Who are our external stakeholders that are critical to our future success? What 3 things happened in the last 3 years you're most proud of? What 3 things happened in the last 3 years you're most disappointed in? And 3 more questions so they would keep listening. And I did an interactive qualitative analysis, and what I discovered is that there was a lot of excitement around early childhood. It was expensive, but it was good. And that's the best long-term strategy to break the cycle of poverty. But you know how old I'm going to be when those kids graduate in 15 years? So what do we have to do? So we want to educate all 4-year-olds full day and all 3-year-olds half day. So let's look at the day in the life of a pre-K kid. Let's roll it.
Hi, my name is Iker. I'm 3 years old and I'm a pre-K student in Dallas ISD. So my days are filled with a lot of stuff to do. When I arrive, I enjoy a delicious breakfast to get my day started. Then there's dancing, there's singing, and then it's off to stations. Sometimes I paint, some days it's shapes and colors. And when I'm feeling really creative, I dress up. My stamina gets built up every day as I train in gym class. But not to worry, I eat a healthy snack and tasty lunch to fuel my body because I'm a lean, green learning machine. So you see, it's not easy being a pre-K student in Dallas ISD. But sure is a whole lot of fun.
And that's why it was so important. We funded our strategic initiatives first, and our employees didn't get a raise except for our great teachers for 3 years, because we had to fund our money up front in these 4 strategic initiatives. Actually, one is transitioned. Strategic compensation was very controversial when it was implemented. We lost a lot of our workforce, but I was skeptical. But now I'm the biggest fan, because we went from 28% turnover rate to 12% turnover rate. And we had the right 12%. We're keeping 95% of our best teachers and not the rest. And that the ACE program, because we know who the best ones are, the ACE program helped get our schools out of achievement. It's expensive. It's very expensive. But now we have a funding source for it. Public school choice. I'm proud that 140,000 of our parents pick their neighborhood schools. But if they don't pick them, we don't want them to pick a charter school, a private school, or homeschool. So we've come up with a lot of versions of choice that I'll show you in just a slide. We're also pivoting in racial equity because we've discovered there is not enough equity in the school system, and now we're going to fund some initiatives to try to overcome that barrier. We know that if we have the right goals and the right system, we can get it accomplished. So let's talk about our choice. These are versions of choice. Our magnet schools have always been great, but also now we have innovation and transformation schools, and last year we had 4,000 parents that don't send their kids to our schools that applied to go to our schools, and many of them want to go to these specialty schools. Our biggest form of choice is the collegiate academies. One of the things that I'm most proud of, that our great partnership, and I know Dr. Joe May is here. Dr. Joe May, please stand up. He has been a warrior making this happen. And he's brought Bob Mung along with him at UNT Dallas. But it was really done by community college first, where you can get an associate's degree when you're still in high school and for free, and it's P-Tech. So it's the high school, it's the college, and an industry partner. And you can earn an associate's degree for free when you're still in high school. In 2 more years, we have 10,000 in each class. In 2 years, 2,500 of our kids can walk out of these high schools with an associate's degree. Madison High School was down to 300 students when I got here. It's now close to 500, on its way up to 600, because now kids want to go there to get this promise. And look at our partners. Look at our industry partners. Even look at this is a who's who. I know the chamber is in the house. I think Dale Petrowski was going to be here, but let's give them a round of applause because they've helped us recruit this team. And look, you see where Southwest Airlines is? You see their logo? Just look above to the left. There's the Omni. Imagine that. And guess where they go to? They go to sunny South Dallas. They go to Lincoln High School to participate in a hospitality program there. So this is one of the things I'm most proud of. Let's do a little clip. from the students about this.
P-TECH is a program that IBM started in 2011 with a single school in Brooklyn, New York. We found that the success rate of these earlier schools that we've started has been incredible. We also see that these students are highly successful workers when they come through the program and are very skilled, not just in technology and academics, but they're highly skilled in how to work in a professional work environment. They understand collaboration, they understand how to communicate, they understand how to work in a team and as part of a team, which are all critical skills to the workplace.
Well, my supervisor actually get me exposure to different places as a business analyst, CIS, and manager, supporter, HR, different things. She wanted to put me around in different places so I can actually know what I really want to do.
Not a lot of kids that can afford to go to a prestigious school and get these prestigious degrees and stuff, and P-TECH offers them a pathway that they can get to that.
If we can work with these kids and provide them with some real mentorship and skills from a technology perspective, that bodes really well for us to have local skills for us to draw from.
Most of public schools don't get enough credit for what they do and what kids could bring into the workforce, and it would be a great advantage for each kid to have this opportunity.
But there are some things that we've been best in class that a lot of people don't know about it, and that's our dual language program. In fact, now the state is going to fund dual language instead of bilingual education at a higher rate. Dual language means we want you to be biliterate. Bilingual education was you had to learn English. We didn't care if you kept your native language. English is the language of commerce. It's non-negotiable. But if you can have two languages, and not just our Latino kids, African-American kids, white kids, second and third generations who don't speak and read two languages can become biliterate. We have 59 two-way dual language programs and many one-way dual language. Tomorrow, the Kay Bailey Hutchison Center is reserved for our outstanding STEM Expo. We have been best in class in STEM for a long time. People just haven't recognized it. We have 300 robotics teams participating at the center tomorrow. Now, one of our choices in our innovation schools is personalized learning. It's taken over like wildfire. If you want to see a great school, call and have an appointment to go to Dan D. Rogers, and you'll be blown away by the tremendous personalized learning program there that is being replicated all over town through our Office of Choice, the Office of Transformation and Innovation. But we believe in the whole child. It's not just the STAR test. It's the whole child. We know Momentous Institute has done a great job with 300 kids. We got to do this at scale. And so we're lucky, the Wallace Foundation gave us a $7 million grant to do a treatment group and a control group so that eventually we can take SEL to scale, and we're in the process of identifying what works and what doesn't work. It was a cold, rainy day in December in 2015 when this board came up with one of our board goals is to make sure that all of our kids are involved in extracurricular activities. If you're on a team, you have to sacrifice your personal goals for the goals of the team. Employers tell us they need people who can think, get along with other people, and our extracurricular activities have gone off the charts. Culture trumps strategy all day long. If people are happy and upset, they will destroy your system. So we measure this. My evaluation, 60% student achievement, 20% is financial stewardship, and 20% is stakeholder satisfaction. We measure and survey everybody, and it's part of our evaluation system, and it's part of our performance management system. And we just got an award from the Texas Department of Agriculture. We had the cleanest audit in the history of any large, big system, plus not only audit, but also the quality of our child nutrition is improving. We know this impacts the quality of learning. So where are we going from here? We're very fortunate to hire an outstanding leader in our technology. By the way, this is the most talented team I've ever worked with in my career. Sometimes they try to run me over, but they don't. I have to remind them I'm from Oak Cliff. But the talent I got is amazing. And we've put together a technology plan. We've got 3/4 of it funded. We may have to fund the rest of it through another initiative, another referendum, and we're rolling it out now. And in the HOSA 1.0, that technology guy went to federal prison for 5 years. So we've come a long way, baby. It's taken us 15 years. You can't make this stuff up. I mean, but you got to deal with it. And you can't give up. But now we're going to have one-to-one computing district-wide. And we still have some pockets of technology deserts that are really caused by something else. But at least we have a great infrastructure that was put together, and now we're going with the devices statewide. When you walked in, when we opened up the program, you saw how we're rebuilding South Oak Cliff High School, how we're going to build a new Pinkston, how Hillcrest and Woodrow and W.T. White. So we've been good stewards of our bond dollars. We had a bond in 02, 08, and then we passed another one in 15, and so we're on the way to improving our facilities. Sometimes parents pick schools because how they look or the convenience, not always for academics, but we've been way behind. I'll tell you, when I was a student in Dallas, I struggled with some of our facilities and weight rooms and boiler rooms that I had to deal with. And it's taken us a long time, but we're finally catching up, and I'm very proud of where and now we have a plan to modernize our buildings. We have about, how many, Scott? 10 to 12, 14 schools that we're going to completely modernize top to bottom before we go out to the voters again. And we would have put over $10 million in every high school before we go out to the voters again and ask for the next bond to take us to the finish line. And we're very indebted to you, the voters. Some people that support us raised $600,000 to put a tax ratification election in front of the voters. 350,000 people voted in that election, and a super majority of them voted for the entire TRE. What did that do? Well, a lot of people don't know that when we knew we had an incompetent bus agency, we didn't know they were corrupt, and then we had to take it over, and then we fumbled the ball. But then, now we've turned the corner, and we've picked up the ball, and we're running. But what this allows us to do is to buy buses so that we have the right kinds of equipment to get our kids to school. But it also helps us fund these other initiatives. Not for just a minute. If you look at the top line, now we have enough money to fund those initiatives and transportation for the next 5 years, maybe 6. I'm embarrassed to tell you that when I was superintendent in 2009, our fund balance, our rainy day fund, our reserve was all the way down to $43 million. No money was missing, no money was stolen. We just hired too many people. We're in a labor-intensive organization, and when you hire too many people, you got to pay them this year, next year, give them a raise. So we had to have some rigor. Well, when I left, our remedy plan got us up to 121. When I came back, we were at 163 in undesignated fund, unassigned fund balance. And by the end of this year, because of the voters, we're going to have $450 million in reserve, but we're going to start drawing down to pay for our initiatives. Because our initiatives are very successful, but they cost a lot of money. School finance, Senator West. I'm going to be in Austin a lot. I was there 3 days this week. And because of your support and because of your work, the governor has invited me to be at the State of the State address, and he's going to recognize the work that Dallas ISD has accomplished in these last few years. And I don't deserve the credit. You deserve the credit because you're very complex, but it's paid off. But we're going to be dealing with school finance reform, property taxes, and school safety, and I don't have time to go through those because we need to. So what else is on the horizon? Board members hate it when you surprise them. But we also have to be working on stuff because what have you done for me lately, baby? So you always got to have something good in the hopper. Well, we're expanding collegiate academies. Now we're going to add a school in Irving, Northlake, and Skyline High School. We have internally, our fine arts program is exploding, as you heard and saw today. When I was here before, it wasn't like this. And look at where it is now. And we're adding internal fine arts academies at W.T. White and Hutch. SMU and Toyota are going to be great partners in the STEM school in West Dallas. The other two I can't tell you too much about, but they're also in southern Dallas. And that Booker T. Washington kids, those were phenomenal. But that's not an overnight sensation. So we're going to create in southern Dallas a baby Booker T. Washington, K-8. So our kids in southern Dallas will have that same opportunity. And that'll be coming soon. The other one is also in southern Dallas. There's a great opportunity to make a great career in digital arts, not just visual and performing arts. In southern Dallas, we got something coming in the near future. Career institutes, get a high wage, high job that you don't have to even have an associate's degree. We've got 2 that are coming, one in southern Dallas and one in northwest Dallas. Everybody thinks that only southern Dallas has high poverty. And if you haven't been by Brockbank or Bachman Lake, I encourage you to take a field trip. And you'll see a different world. And then also now in southern Dallas, we're going to be adding 2 outstanding gifted programs that we're going to be very excited about, where we can take the magic at Travis that we took to Sudie Williams, that we took to dual language in Pleasant Grove at a Talented and Gifted, and now we're taking to southern Dallas in Oak Cliff. A couple of more exciting opportunities. So with that being said, I'd like to ask the students to come back and come forward to help me. So I'd like to close by recognizing each of you for your tremendous work, because we didn't do this by ourselves. Our students rise because each of you have stood for them and with them. Bria, take it.
If there are any students still in the room, will you please rise? If you graduated from a Dallas ISD school, please rise with us and remain standing.
If you are a parent of a child who graduated from Dallas ISD, past or present, please rise.
If you teach for Dallas ISD, please rise. If you are a volunteer in our schools, please rise.
If you are a principal at any DISD school, especially mine, would you please rise? If you work for the district, would you please rise? And last, but certainly not least, if you are a partner of DISD, past, present, or future, would you please rise?
Thank you.
And if you're not standing, please rise, we need you.
Thank you to each and every one of you for rising with us. But most importantly, thank you for investing in us and helping us rise.
Thank you all. We're adjourned. Have a great weekend. Have a great day. Thank you very much.